Yo, what's good YouTube? It's boardzy, and in this video I'm going to tell you everything that is wrong with the Razer Viper V3 Pro. I know after my initial review you might be like, there's anything wrong with this mouse? And personally, I don't really think so, but I did ask on Twitter what people thought about the mouse like a day after it released, and I did get some things I just figure I should mention because, you know, if you're looking to buy this mouse, you might as well know the good, the bad, all of it. Far and away, the number one complaint was something I expected and alluded to in my review, which is the size of the mouse. This is not a tiny mouse. Like I said, this competes with the GPX in terms of size, and it seems like from the feedback, the reviews that I've seen, the GPX is more small hand friendly, even though to me it feels wider and just like bulkier, more filling of a mouse. I guess because it is not as long and just like elongated in general, that it's safer for some small hands. But yeah, if you like these mini mice, if you fingertip small mice generally, the Viper V3 Pro is going to feel like a step up in terms of size. But let's say you're used to mice like the Zowie U2, ULX Large, GPX, like the Viper V3 is going to fit right at home. But yeah, if I was Razer, I would have pretty much instantly made a fucking mini version of this shape and a wired version. Can anybody with a brain explain to me why they don't? Like, they never made a mini Death Adder. I figured they would. Very interesting stuff. But yeah, I will make a comparison to the GPX very soon in the upcoming week. I'll also feature the Zowie U2 in the video. If you want to see any other mice, definitely let me know. But yeah, if you do have large hands, I'd say like 20 by 10 and above. I hate giving like exact hand size recommendations, but that's just like an idea. If you have hands that are on the larger end and you think you'd like a shape like this, I would say absolutely go for it. Like, it's a very safe shape, but if your hands are just too small, it's going to feel pretty large. And now the second complaint, and one of the only other ones, has to do with the side buttons, specifically their positioning. And I did see a few written reviews say that they were mushy. So I don't know if those could have possibly been bad units, but mine are far from mushy. But the positioning is something that I kind of overlooked because it's just perfect for me. But I do understand, like, after just experimenting with grip styles, that if you do grip towards the top of the mouse, the rear side button is placed like very far back. But some people were saying that it interferes with their grip styles, and that's something that I just could not fucking figure out, unless you just have like the fattest thumb ever or something. Like, I don't know. When I claw grip the mouse, let's say, it's in a fine position for me, like when I'm playing Fortnite, to access the backside button. It obviously looks a little bit weird raising the mouse up, and let's say I palm grip, once again, good side button positioning. Like, they are slightly touching like the top of my thumb, but it's not like a situation where I'm going to accidentally activate them. It's like it's just lightly grazing it. So for me personally, I'm somebody who doesn't like grip towards the absolute top of the mouse. The side button positioning is not an issue. I honestly thought it was a plus. Another minor complaint I saw is that the top ridge is too sharp, and to that I'm just like, fucking move your finger back. Like, have you ever thought about that? Or do you just have like this one fucking stable grip style that you just can't alter whatsoever because you're a gold player and you can't alter your grip style? But yeah, I would just recommend, like, if your finger's touching here, like maybe move it back a little bit. I don't know how people's hands are interacting with their mice, but I always find that complaint to be like kind of dumb. One thing that I actually noticed, it's not a big issue, but if you click towards like the left side or the right side, there's normally just a bit more space on mice. Like, they don't cut off the like little ridge so close as they do on Razer. Like, this is a very minor nitpick, but if you do click on the left side, it'll feel like the click part is going down, but there's still like this stable sharp piece of plastic. But I don't really, that's just something I noticed. But yeah, continuing with the minor click nitpicks, I did see some people complaining about the comfort grooves and just the overall like slope of them. They definitely are more aggressive than, let's say, the GPX, which pretty much just has. And yeah, the only thing that I really could notice is, like, if you do grip towards like the scroll wheel, it's just going to feel very awkward and like heavily sloped. But where I place my fingers, just normally, I don't feel like I'm being restricted. Like, the comfort grooves are really too intense. They just feel good. They feel like they're doing the job they should. Another thing is that the switches just feel like Razer opticals. Like, they're not going to feel as sharp as the ones in the GPX. They're not going to feel like Omron opticals. They just feel very similar to the past generations of Razer. But once again, like I said, that click structure has really been tuned up. Like, there's just nothing for me to nitpick about the actual quality, spammability, performance. So I'm definitely a fan of the clicks. And yeah, this is kind of unrelated to the complaints, but I just figured I'd mention it because one of the most common questions I get asked about this mouse is the coding. And and after seeing a few more reviews, I should have just bought a white unit launch day, but it does seem like the white unit does indeed have a different coating that is just going to be grippier, stickier feeling, which does seem to match my experience. I'm like just quoting how other people described it, whereas the black one just has the standard smooth touch coating that they've used on a few mice. So it's, if you want the stickier, grippier, more rubberized coating, I would say go for the white version, but if you're just fine with the black, like there's really no issue. I'm able to perform exactly the same on both, but I'm probably just going to stick with my white unit for the time being. I didn't see many complaints about the Razer stock skates. They just are what they are. They're very smooth feeling on some pads, but obviously I switched mine to some like core pad Franken skates, and these are performing quite well. Again, it's not like a night and day difference, but yeah, eventually in like a few weeks or so, they will have aftermarket options available, so everybody can calm down. But yeah, I guess the last thing to mention would be like the mushy side buttons, which I'm pretty convinced was like a QC issue of some kind, because across both of my units, I just wouldn't call them mushy. They're just like, they're not crisp or sharp feeling, but there's no like, they don't sink into the shell. There's no pre-travel. These are just instantaneous, responsive, light feeling side buttons, so they work perfectly for me. This is definitely my like favorite mouse to use in Fortnite, and that's about all I gotta say. I don't know if people were complaining about any of the other aspects of the mouse. I didn't see a single sensor complaint, so that has to be worth something. Obviously Synapse, but that does not relate to the mouse itself. If you guys enjoyed this video, a unique video where I'm just saying like kind of what's bad about the mouse as opposed to what's good, definitely let me know in the comments below. Obviously check out my original review if you have not seen it already. And yeah, be wary if you are a small-handed person or you just can tell by looking at this mouse that the side button positioning is going to be a no-go for you. Those seem to be the common complaints like week 1 of the Viper V3 Pro release. I've been using mine. I'm going to see how it holds up, obviously, but still, I'm a very happy camper when it comes to this mouse. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Peace out.